How about friends? Welcome to a very special video that the students of the Autonomous University of Querétaro Tequisquiapan campus of the Cultural and Natural Tourism Management course do you form your with the aim of making now magical places that exist in our wonderful state and very fair people. Now time to travel will take you today to now one of the most beautiful municipalities that Querétaro has. That is how we will that about Landa de Matamoros. The word Landa comes from the Chichimeca voice Lanja, which means muddy place. In 1919, the state Congress declared in honor of the insurgent patriot Don Mariano de Matamoros. The surname of this charter was a death to the town of Landa. The war between two Spanish and the indigenous people lasted for more than 2 centuries unity. Due to the awakening of the Chichimecas due to her and the occupation of the Sierra Gorda and the destruction of the Jonas Nation by Colonel Jose were archived. The scandal, who was named first Count of the Sierra Gorda, with evangelization, the first Augustinian missionaries arrived in the region. However, with the arrival of the Franciscans and of Fray Junipero Serra, the region experienced a productive economic, cultural, and religious boom, leaving a manifest 5 Franciscan missions, 3 of them in the territory of what is now the municipality. They are located in the municipal seat, Landa de Matamoros, Toncayol, and Tilaco. The cultural and natural attraction that we can find in Landa de Matamoros are the following. Tourist centers turn out to be important in every city, and the place where local people and people who visit meet, and there can be an exchange of knowledge and culture very important. So in Landa de Matamoros there are 3 very important tourist centers such and in municipal headquarters. It is a small town with well-defined covered streets. It has a typical garden, and in the form of it is the mission of the Immaculate Conception and of Landa, with its imposing Baroque facade construction of the mid-18th century at the initiative and organization of Fray Junipero Serra. We can also visit Las Pilas periodic. It is located just 2 kilometers from the municipal seat. It is an important source of water there to its historical tradition as it was built by the Franciscans in the Parisine in order to store the spring water and supply the population with the vital liquid. Without a double and incredible magical place to photograph, and you can help Landa from Matamoros to be now by taking a picture in this magical place, living, inviting people, your friends, family to visit Landa. We could not miss mention Tilaco. The word Tilaco comes from the nature Tili, at cow, which means in the black water. In Tilaco, there is another of the 5 missions founded in the 18th century by the Franciscans. The temple is dedicated to San Francisco de Asís, and in its baroque facade of 3 bodies, saints, sirens, shields, columns, and other baroque ornamentation and the distribute. This town is located 26 kilometers from the municipal city. There are many places to visit, and what you think we are doing? There is a very striking place, and that is the area of many fossils. El Madroño is characterized by its soil of brown or reddish earth, as the base of dense lands are limited zones that serve or reminiscences of fossil organisms, which 100 million years ago only existed in the sea over the millions. This geological layer dating from the Jurassic was from this area is located 25 kilometers from the municipal water, or the Landa de Matamoros, Gilitra, San Luis Potosí. In this region, we also find the Parque de la Arenita and the Hello of Ice. Listen how incredible that in Querétaro they have found fossils on prehispanic animals. How crazy! I would have never imagined in that, and if they exist, Querétaro is in Landa.
But you want something more natural. If you are natural love and you like to be in contact with it all time, Matamoros has those places that will certainly drive you crazy. You can visit the Rio Verdito, the community of Rio Verdito is characterized by the beautiful scenic panoramas that surround its elevating into a worthy natural emporium among its attraction is the continuous river. A pool and waterfall is the distance from the municipal area is 46 kilometers. One of my favorite places in this Landa de Matamoros most will be Aguasaca, small town located to the edge of the municipal city, surrounded by attractive vegetation and beautiful natural landscape. Its temple was built the first half of last century. Is distance from the municipal area is 51 kilometers without a boat in the magical place and cannot expand the feeling we saying in landscapes and tasting if food is incredible. One of the most important historical monuments in Landa de Matamoros is la Misión de Landa de Matamoros. It is considered the most beautiful and ornate of the five Masons that exist in the Sierra Gorda de Querétaro, Landa de Matamoros. The city of God, Boy Bettenward, 1161 and 1164. By Fray Miguel de Campa, it is dedicated to Immaculate Conception. Its facade is consecrated to the entire church that proclaims its faith. There is also the Tilaco Mission. It was built between 1154 and 1162 by the Mallorcan Fray Juan Crespi and is dedicated to San Francis de Assis, Tilaco, and Ave Fights. This building also corresponds to those built under the organization of Fray Junipero Serra. The Misiones de Landa and Tilaco are two unique architecture. He was of their kin, sister in style and construction to those of Jalpan, Tancoyo, and Conca. The Misiones are the admiration of specialized people such as architects, engineers, art-loving tourists, and students who investigate the techniques used in their construction of mortar and stone. Landa de Matamoros also has a variety of museums, of which the Museums of Agricultural Artisans or its museums is located in the municipal sets in the exhibit historic photographs, weapons, and old farm tools. It has 3 showrooms. Another important museum in this Tilaco community museum in this place historical photographs are also exhibited, as well as unpublished documents that speak of the history of this region and the municipality. There is also the Aguasarca Community Museum in exhibits historical photographs, weapons and ancient farm tools, as well as research documents regarding the family stamps founded this town. All these museums are not to be missed. If you visit Landa de Matamoros, I recommend dedication a day exclusively to visit the museums and inspire details the gastronomy time in delicious in Landa de Matamoros.
And since we are talking about real food, everything that is eaten here is delicious and above all very ancient, very cultural. People continue to drive their roads to their customs and especially to the flowers that rescued our Mexican traditions below. I am going to tell a little about the most emblematic dishes of Landa de Matamoros that you have to try. Typical dishes include nopalitos with pipan. It is a meal that is regularly prepared at home but with an incredible seasoning. The nopalitos en penca are commonly used to share them with the family and sometimes in meetings with friends. It is a very long process to prepare this dish, but without about it worth all time invested with the flavor is unmatched. The tamales and the atole de tila cold not the missing. This dish is very common and you can find it for the sale in las plazas in the centers of Landa de Matamoros, a good area for dinner, right? And that to say about the buins with nopales, they are undoubtedly one of my favorites for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, all the time. Nopal really gives us such an important cultural identity that we often underestimate, but it is a delicious dish. Another very endemic dish of Landa de Matamoros is the pulque bread and the pepita sweet. Yes, they also have desserts that are incredibly. And in my point of the view, the dish that I enjoy the most when being in Landa de Matamoros was sakawil. I could describe it as a giant tamal, but with a delicious flavor, the sakawil, and I come back to my head.
Okay, let's talk about the culture and traditions of Landa de Matamoros. This municipality has so many traditions and a lot of culture, so let's start. Its main festival is La Purísima Concepción, which is celebrated from December 6 to 10 in the center of the municipality. This celebration is customary for participants to visit house to house and give them food and other music and performance shows. Mexico is one of the most important traditions in the world, the celebrations of death. And in the area of Matamoros, they celebrate it in the particular way. Okay, one day of All Saints, honor, honor day, the Full Dead, the most traditional festival of the municipality takes place. Since pre-Hispanic times, the saints have been commemorated with the traditional altar of the dead, adorned with the cempasúchil flowers, stick archers with the publicans made of lens. And another tradition in Landa de Matamoros is the music. The music in Landa de Matamoros has a great hand in the cultural identity from this place. They have a deep-rooted taste for Huapango music. It should be noted that as for this musical genre, its origin you know exactly. The Arribeño Huapango is a play which corresponds to the upper part of the so-called Huasteca Queretana. The Huapango Abajeño is also interpreted as the style of the corresponsability to the lower part of the Huasteca Potosina Hidalgo. Amazing, you know. Of the course, we have to talk about their heavy crafts. Something superior important that we must learn as traveling is consumer local and buy the products of the locals and the price to that it's sale. So the most common handcrafts that you can buy in Matamoros are wool backpacks, clay pots and jugs, and they also makes to kind of comal to heat tortillas. Yeah, it's amazing, you know. And that is Landa de Matamoros. A painting of today is a magical and incredible. How this place is not by many people, perhaps because of these remote preference, because of what I was saying. There is not much promisingly with this digital age, but the magic lies in the culture and the traditions. And what do you think, Landa de Matamoros has one of the funniest and most amazing legends? So, are you ready to hear a legend? The legends and the lives of the people of Landa de Matamoros is appearance of the goblins. Behind of the short story and mischiefs, Hangum's his things is that of making the horses run and ride, which wake up with fine brands and there's me. Dark, don't you know? So that's right. That's the way of country. It's a major. It's dreaming and imaginary words that we can't see, but we know that they exist and breathe within, and continuing to tell our children about our grandchildren and never let it my end. It's incredible, but we love that in Landa de Matamoros there was a trend that we tell, use the 10 stories that adapt place, houses, and the family they tell, but in the absences of tourists. These stories demand staying under. And that do you think yesterday were you and I can word on that place once in the sun's established way, and we fall more in love with our cultures and traditions and making them last forever. Well, this video can last 24 hours if we want to, because Landa de Matamoros is a municipality so rich on many things, but now it's your to experience and live the experience of Landa de Matamoros yourself. Many places that you can visit. When this changes and we returns to your new normal and enjoy traveling to place should be one of the places to visit. It's all in this video. I hope you like the video and you have learned a lot about different places. Thank you very much and see you next time.